Perimenopause sucks. It freaking sucks. And if you're going through it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, waking up in the middle of the night because you have to pee. I mean, like a lot. Oh, don't forget waking up because you're hella hot and you can't go back to sleep. Have you experienced sadness yet? Have you gotten sad for no reason? You know, feeling depressed? To be honest with you, I'm pissed. No one ever talked about perimenopause. I heard about menopause early on in life. And my extent of knowledge of what menopause was or is just losing your period. And that sounds like, oh, that's a great thing to lose your period, right? Oh, I don't have to deal with cramps anymore. But no one talks about, oh, all the crazy hormones, like how your hormones go out of whack and you're just like not feeling like yourself. I wasn't prepared. I feel like it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I feel like it just altered my life completely. It was like 1 minute I'm fine, the next minute I'm not. I have what's called low ovarian reserve, which means that I produce less eggs than most women. And when you produce less eggs, that means that you'll go into menopause a lot earlier. Don't you just love that for me? I actually started having symptoms in my mid to late 30s. But you know what? In all honesty, perimenopause, it doesn't have to suck. And I had to tell myself that. I had to tell myself that a lot in order to really kind of like figure out what I need to do. And so the way I look at it and the way I see it is telling us that our bodies need more attention. Like in the first half of my 40s, I was doing really good. I had pretty much hardly any symptoms at all. What was I doing back then that really allowed me to thrive? 1, I was getting enough sleep. 2, my gut health was good. 3, I was hydrating. 4, I was eating a lot of whole foods. And 5, I was working out. I was doing a lot of strength training and I was doing cardio. I was thriving and I threw it all away. 3.5 years ago, this company contacted me, this brand that I absolutely freaking loved, respected this brand, and they contacted me offering me a position at their company. And I thought it was a great opportunity, and so I took it. I took the job. It was the biggest freaking mistake of my life. It altered the course of my health. At the time, I did not know that. I ended up walking into a very hostile and toxic work environment. And I'm not going to get into too much details about it because if I do, I'm going to get super emotional, and that's not what this video is about, but I will just tell you this, that PTSD is real. Anyway, I worked at this company. Okay, let me calm down because I'm like, I feel myself. See, this is what perimenopause does. I feel myself getting worked up, that anxiety, because when I talk about something, sometimes I can take myself back there. And when I do that, it makes me get emotional because it's like I'm reliving it all over again. Okay. I'll just kind of give you some of the highlights. So I took this job. It was instant, everything that I went through. It wasn't like a gradual process. It was immediate. So I took this job and I've worked at a lot of companies before in my life, a lot of corporate companies. And those are birds. I've always thrived. And at this company in particular, I can't even put it into words. It was just so traumatic for me to the point where I was only sleeping 3 to 4 hours a night because I was so anxious. I had so much anxiety about even going into work or just even being there. I became pre-diabetic. I started to have high blood pressure. I was pre-diabetic. I was getting sick all the time because I wasn't sleeping. And like the symptoms I was having from perimenopause really kicked in. It like went overdrive. And I was having problems all the time. I was in constant state of fight or flight, constant for 3.5 years. And it just, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was scared. I was scared for my health. That's why I started this channel. I was trying, while in the midst of this crazy work environment, I was trying to get back in shape. I was trying to get my health back. And I was doing pretty good for a little bit of time. I was posting a lot of videos on this channel, but the stress, I could not. Dealing with the perimenopause symptoms, dealing with that job, dealing with my health issues, it was just too much for me. And I just said, fuck it. And I just let myself go. I say all that to say this. Even if you may not be dealing with a toxic work environment, you may be dealing with something else that's stopping you from taking care of yourself. You are very important. Our health is very, very important. And as much as no matter what we're going through, you got to take care of yourself first. That's why I wanted to film this video, because as we get older, it only will get worse. I will say this real quick. I am happy to say, as of October 1st, I am no longer at that job. I would give it the middle finger, but I don't know if any of my coworkers going to watch this, so I probably will just reframe and not do that. Honestly, though, seriously. So I feel really free, but I'm still dealing with a lot of the trauma from that experience. But it's not going to stop me from getting back on track. So I came back to start a series of how to thrive during perimenopause, because it doesn't have to suck. We just have to listen to our bodies. Everything is about creating your own system for success. It's through trial and error to figure out what works best for you. So in this series, what I'm going to cover, we're going to focus on sleep, good health, nutrition, hydration, and then workouts. The first video in this series, which I think is the most important, was sleep. Let me know in the comments below, like, what are some of the perimenopause symptoms that you guys are going through? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Frankie. Tomorrow I'll be launching the sleep video part 1. It's a 2-part series for the sleep. Check it out. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.